In the mixology system, most cocktails are composed of three separate yet equally important groups: the spirit bases, the liqueurs that give them personality, and the juices that round out the recipe. These are their uses.
So maybe the most common feedback that we get here at Cocktail Fridays is, hey, these recipes look great, but I don't have all those ingredients to make these recipes at home. Or, more simply put, what ingredients would you recommend I go out and get to start making these recipes at home? Very legit question. And as we said in a previous episode, not everyone wants to go out and buy an entire liquor store just to make one drink. Very well put. So in this episode, we're going to take a look at some essentials that can get you off to a good start on building an effective and economical tiki setup at home. So any home bar arsenal could basically be split into three different categories: your spirits, your mixers and liqueurs, and your juices. I tend to think of these categories in terms of their shelf life, as in your spirits should last you the longest, your mixers and liqueurs a little less so, especially if they're fortified wines or fresh syrups, and then the good juices will get pretty gnarly pretty fast. But fortunately, these all fall on the cost to life ratio graph, a little something like this, so this should work to your advantage. Now, we're not the first people to try to come up with a pared down, bang for buck setup at home. In fact, Matt Petrick and Carrie Smith actually wrote a book exactly on the subject called Minimalist Tiki, where they created a grid that uses 30 unique ingredients to make 30 solid recipes. And while this is a really good starting point, we thought that we could pare this down even further to a mere 9 ingredients to make 9 solid recipes. Again, the way that we arrived at these particular picks was in search of 9 ingredients that are low cost, easy to find, and give you the maximum amount of recipe options. And those ingredients are lime juice, lemon juice, orange juice, pineapple juice, simple syrup, Angostura bitters, passion fruit syrup, and then a light rum and a dark Jamaican rum. Now, with just these 9 essential ingredients, you can make 9 tiki recipes. There's even a couple of classics in there, such as Trader Vic grog, Pieces of 8, a Hurricane, a Planter's Punch, and even a semi-complex one, Chief Lapu Lapu. And hey, since we have all the stuff with us, let's make that one right now. All right, so let's get started with 3 ounces of orange juice, 2 ounces lemon juice, an ounce of simple syrup, an ounce of passion fruit syrup. Now, I chose this ingredient in particular because it's relatively easy to find and low cost. You can find it online usually, and the range of quality is pretty good, though I do recommend Liquid Alchemist. An ounce and a half of dark Jamaican rum. In this case, I'm using Lost Spirits. And finally, an ounce and a half of light rum. I'm using Bacardi in this case. It's a big cocktail. Serves 50. All right, let's get ready to shake. Toss in a couple ice cubes. Pour this in. Slam our top on. Chill it. Also just sounds cool. All right. Ooh, it's all frothed up. Gonna serve this in a Mai Tai glass. It's a big drink. Let's see if it fits. Add some crushed ice. Let's strain it in. Ooh, definitely a big drink. Gonna need a snifter to fit that one. Stick a straw in. And there you go, Chief Lapu Lapu. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, I think the lemon juice actually brings back some of that complexity, cuts through that humongous amount of orange juice. Still pretty good. A classic recipe using your new starter home tiki kit. I personally would probably still go lighter on the OJ on this one, but hey, Now that you have everything, you can and should experiment at home yourself. So, the last thing to mention,
An important thing to mention,
is that now that you've assembled these essentials, you can further expand your possibilities by just adding a few key ingredients of your choosing. For example, if you just added gin, orgeat, and honey syrup, which is easy to make at home by the way, to these essentials that you now have, you can make a gimlet, a Nesmith Carioca, or a Royal Hawaiian cocktail. Or if you went in a different direction and got Goldrum and Falernum, well now you can make 14 different recipes at home, including a South Pacific Punch, a Hawaiian Eye, or even a Vicious Virgin. And hey, sometimes you'll go out and get a specific rum just for tasting, like my favorite Eldorado 12 Demerara rum, and then find it can be combined with your new home setup to give you even more options. So definitely check out Matt and Carrie's website, cocktailwonk.com, for more information on how to build your minimalist tiki setup at home. Or just go out and get their book, which not only contains all this info, but also has fantastic modern recipes in there. And one more great resource that Matt and Carrie use themselves is the Beach Bum Berry Total Tiki app, which you can input all the ingredients you have at home, and it'll not only tell you what recipes you can make, but will also tell you what ingredients you can get to most effectively expand your possibilities at home. Definitely worth it. Currently only available on iPhone. What the heck, Jeff? Well, that's all we got for you this episode. We hope that this gets you all off to a great start in building your home tiki bar arsenal so you can follow along and build these drinks with us at home in the future. And if you like this episode, please consider giving us a like and subscribing so you don't miss out on future tiki tips. Until then, cheers. So maybe the most common feedback that we get here at Cocktail Fridays is, hey, these recipes look great, but I can hear it coming. So maybe the most common feedback, hey, watch out for our new book in the future, Minimalist Tiki. All right, enough of this child's play. Let's get the real stuff going here. Cheers.